Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. It's my pleasure to have John Nieuwenburg back again. John, many happy returns. A couple of years since we saw, a lot of COVID under the bridge since then. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Where are you based, John?
Vancouver, British Columbia, which is on the west coast of Canada.
Yeah, whale watching in the morning, skiing in the afternoon. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, we brag about that
part of the world.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know John, he's an award-winning business coach. He's worked with literally hundreds of clients, primarily in three areas: business, personal growth, and accountability. The subject today is one that's often overlooked, and yet is a key ingredient to all sustainable success. It's how to be successful in any endeavor with mindset. John, thanks for coming back to the show. Our 7 minutes is going to start now. Question number one: who is your ideal client?
There are typically two cohorts. So one is they're professional advisors, lawyers, accountants, health practitioners. We all provide professional advice. The advice is different. The business is the same. And the other one is people in trades. So they're electricians, plumbers, general contractors. They're very similar to the professional advisors. Both took 5-7 years of training, great at their trade, their profession, not very good at business.
All right, interesting. So technically very good, but tell us then about the problem you solve for them.
Well, generally, there are challenges around time, team, or money. So time sounds like I've got too much to do and not enough time to do it. I can't get it done.
Yeah.
If I don't, it won't get done. Team nowadays is top of the list is recruiting. It's very hard to find good people. It's hard also, though, to get the culture you want and to get people to do the work at the level you need. And then money's got two components to it. One component is having proper accounting, financials, reporting, KPIs, a dashboard. And the other side of money is I need more money. I need better sales and marketing.
So those three big problems are what you help folks with. So what would you say, question three, and we've got just under 6 minutes left. If someone needs your services, what's going on in their business or their life? What are the symptoms, in other words, that gives them a heads up that they need to talk to you?
Well, typically the manifestations are in their business, but the real problems are in their life. If you're working 50, 70, 80 hours a week, it's going to show up in your home life. You're not going to your kids' games. You're not available and there for you. And so in my view of the world, the real purpose of a small business, or the kinds of small businesses I work with, is the real purpose of that business is to give the owner the life they want. Of course, this is different if you're a Fortune 500 company. There's lots more complexity and stakeholders, but in the kind of businesses I work with, your business ought to be a vehicle to give you the life you want. And often there's a disconnect.
Right. So it's almost like they're stuck in the worst of both worlds. They've got all the responsibility and none of the freedom.
That's a very fine way of thinking about it. And that would be a very common, conclusion that a lot of the business owners would be thinking about.
So thank you for that. 4.5 minutes left. Question four: the common mistakes they make when they're trying to dig themselves out of this rather deep hole. What are your clients telling you that were things they tried that just flat out were never going to work? The biggest mistakes.
They generally do more of whatever it is they're currently doing.
Right.
And because they don't know that there are other options. And so that's the part where they eventually, the metaphor I use is they're hitting their head against the ceiling of their business or the ceiling of their capabilities. And they don't know any other way to go. They just simply don't know. And they often don't know that help exists or where to find it. So if you're a hamster on a hamster wheel, the only thing a hamster knows to do is go faster. And eventually they do that until they're exhausted and can't do anything else at all.
Right. So more hours, more effort, more energy, actually leading to compounding the problem and becoming counterproductive. So let's flip it. We've got 3.5 minutes left. Let's flip it now to what folks can do about this. Give us a top tip, if you would, a valuable free action, which probably not going to solve the whole problem for them, but it might take them a step in the right direction.
One of the common things I do when I first start with a business owner is work through an exercise to help them identify 5 to 7 hours, 10 hours a week of work they do they shouldn't be doing. there's a bit of a survey or an audit they can do, or there's a hack. And the hack is anytime you say to yourself, oh crap, I need to fill in the blank, that's a clue that that's probably work that's better done by someone else, and that someone else will do a better job than you currently do. If the average, let's just notionally say the average business owner's value of time is $300 an hour, well, then why are you doing work that someone will do as capably or in fact even better than you for $10, $15, $25 an hour?
Right.
And so when you do the survey, the first thing you start to notice is just how poorly you're managing your time. Always just catching up with the urgencies and never the tyranny of the urgent. As Stephen Covey said it.
Right, but a lot of people do try stuff, but they just feel frustrated and trapped because they can't get good help, and then when they hire people, they don't do it right, and so on. So they end up chasing the tail.
That's exactly
So
right.
let's help folks even more. We've got just under 2 minutes left. Where can people go to find out more about getting some freedom into their business?
So I wrote an ebook that addresses these three most common complaints that people have. I'm sure you'll give them the link.
We will, but let me just verbalize it because some people are listening to this. It's W5, so w5coaching.com/freedom-ebook. John, what will they find there, sir?
Well, the 5 Steps to Freedom, which is a framework to get you from wherever you are in your business to ultimately getting time and money freedom. And we do that by solving the 3 problems that we've been addressing. We have 21 silver bullets that we talk about 5 of them in the book to kind of give you a taste of what we'd be working on together or what you can do yourself to make changes in your life.
Free ebook, 5 Steps to Freedom, How to Build a Business That Runs Smoothly, Profitably, and Mostly Without You. Folks, it's w5coaching.com/freedom-ebook. John, thank you for that. We've got 35 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
That business, you would go down the right path if you use this 3-legged stool. Number 1, systems run your business, people run your systems, you lead your people. Number 2, systematize the routine, humanize the exception. So about 85% of a business ought to be systems. And then the third is never look for a people solution, always look for a system solution.
Perfect. 5 seconds to spare. John Nieuwenburg, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.